Hey guys, Bushcraft412 here. By request, another zombie video. And today we're doing something a little bit different. Instead of a show and tell, we're going to do a little bit about what kind of weapons I think are best for the zombie apocalypse. Guys, this is all opinion. This is just kind of what I see as being the best sort of gear and what I would invest in. What you do is up to you. And no, I don't really believe there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, guys. These videos are just for fun, so sorry trolls, not today. And I gotta apologize, I'm a little bit sniffly today, been out hunting all weekend in the cold, and I'm pretty stuffed up from it, so you'll have to excuse me on this video. Okay, let's get started. Number one, first piece of gear you want to look at for your zombie apocalypse battle gear is your main battle rifle. And for some people, they're going to choose the AR-15 or the AK-47. Why? Because they're awesome guns. They have amazing firepower, good quality, lots of ammo, lots of good things going for them. I took a different path. I went the budget route with the Russian Mosin Nagant 7.62x5.4R. And let's talk about why I chose this and why I went beyond, the AK-47 and the AR-15. I think this is a better choice, to be honest. I think when it comes down to it, zombie apocalypse is a big deal. It's not something you want to take lightly. And let's take a look at this rifle. Number one, this is the M44, the smaller carbine version of the 9130. This is an old Russian battle tank. They're made to last forever. This one, of course, is like 70 years old. Still shoots like a dream. Now, what makes this a great zombie gun is one of a couple things. Well, there's a couple things. Number one, this is heavy as hell. It's like 7 pounds. The stock is laminated wood. This is a very heavy-duty weapon. If this weapon fails you, or for some reason the zombies get close to you, you can use this gun as a club. The stock and everything is heavy enough. This gun is not going to break if you smash in some zombie skulls with this club. I can't say the same of your AR-15. A lot of those guns have a lot of polymer parts, and if you start smashing skulls with them, some of that plastic may break. AK-47, once again, another Russian battle tank. Probably fine to do that as well, but let's get a little bit more. The M44 has the affixed bayonet. It's spring-loaded, permanently attached. You cannot remove it. And all you have to do is kind of pull down on it and flip it around, and boom, you have a bayonet, which gives you a short-distance weapon. Now, AR-15 and AK-47 also have bayonets, but however, theirs are detachable, and it leaves that capability for you to drop it, lose it, or for it to fall off at an inopportune moment. This is permanently attached. Thick, nice, never gonna break. I like having it. It only takes about 2 seconds to engage it. Gives you your gun, which is normally a long distance weapon. Now you have the ability to use it as a bludgeon by using the stock, or to use the bayonet in the front. A lot of versatility there. Now the next big thing is ammo capacity. Now conventional thinking will say, hey, get an AR-15, AK-47, Ruger Mini 14. There's a million guns out there, guys, that you could choose for the zombie apocalypse, which have more firepower. But over the course of the long run, a gun like this has an advantage, and that's because of these stripper clips. Zombie apocalypse, you may need to carry several hundred rounds with you. Now, loading a magazine takes a lot of time. Loading a stripper clip takes seconds. And you can buy stripper clips in bulk. I mean, they're literally just a piece of sheet metal, that's bent. If you have 1,000 rounds, you can buy enough stripper clips to fit those 1,000 rounds and have them ready to go. It's quite an investment to buy enough AR-15 or AK-47 magazines to fit 300, 400 rounds. So I think there's an advantage there having stripper clips. And there are other guns out there, guys, that use stripper clips as well. The M44 is not the only one. There's the SKS. A lot of the old military surplus rifles use stripper clips, and I think there's a big advantage with that. You can carry more ammo. Magazines are very bulky. If you take 300 rounds worth of 223 ammo and you put that into 30-round magazines, you got a whole backpack full of ammo right there, and all you have is that. However, these stripper clips take up very little space. I'd say probably a third to maybe a half of the space that it would in magazines. So you could buy, the stripper clips for cheap, load these suckers up, throw them in a backpack, and you're good to go. You don't have the amazing firepower of the AR-15, AK-47, but you can carry more ammo much more readily, and loading, if you practice loading stripper clips, you can get pretty quick and pretty good with it. So, my opinion, I know it's probably not a popular one, but I think for long-term zombie survival, a good weapon that you can carry 400 or 500 rounds is a must. And this is a gun where you can carry those 400 rounds on stripper clips, no problem, and you're not going to have that bulk of the magazines or the downtime of reloading 30-round magazines. A 30-round magazine is going to take you a couple minutes to reload. Stripper clips, you can get 5 or 10 of these suckers reloaded in a minute or two. So your battle rifle. In the end, you want something that's, number one, sturdy enough to use as a bludgeon. Number two, having that attached bayonet is always a great plus. Number three, ammo capabilities. Can you carry a couple hundred rounds? What are the magazines? What's the magazine availability? And can you even afford to buy enough magazines to make it worthwhile? Consider all that when you're buying your gun. I'm a big fan. The Mosin Nagant, SKS, the old military surplus, the M1 Grands, Mausers, you name it. Great rifles for a zombie apocalypse. They're battle proven, good to go, last you a lifetime. Moving on, battle pistol. I think you need a battle pistol, and you need it as a backup. Say you are fighting off hordes of zombies, and one of them gets a hold of your rifle. That rifle is now incapacitated. Or say something happens to it, you drop it, it breaks, whatever. You need that backup battle pistol. I chose here my Glock 36. I chose it no more than the fact that I just love this gun. I've been shooting it a couple times this week, and I'm really just kind of in love with this gun right now. It doesn't have the ammo capacity of like my Ruger P95, but I think the big thing when it comes to choosing a battle pistol, choosing number one, something you're comfortable with, number two, something you're accurate with, and number three, something that you can get 10, 20 rounds downrange in a hurry. Caliber isn't such a big deal with zombies, so I think there's a little more leniency with what you pick as your pistol, because 38 will take out a zombie just as good as a 357 mag. So here I went with the Glock 36 45 ACP. Good all around round. It's a little on the heavy side, but I love the gun. It's it's a gun that'll last a lifetime and probably will never give you any problems. I had to pick it. You're probably better off going with something a little smaller, but you want a gun with good accuracy that you can get good ranges of 10 to 20 yards. That's pretty much indestructible if you drop it or whatever. So I did choose the Glock on this one, even though that Ruger P95 is an awesome gun as well. I went with that. We'll go down to the next range, which I would say is kind of like a medium close range. You want a weapon where if your battle rifle cannot hold off zombies, you run out of ammo for your handgun, and you are forced to do hand-to-hand, or say you just want to draw, you don't want to draw attention to yourself. Noise is a big issue with zombies. I think it's a great idea to have a good Tomahawk. Now, you can replace this very easily with any kind of bludgeon, like a mace, a baseball bat, just a metal pipe, whatever. You need a good bludgeon, whether it's a sledgehammer, you name it, anything you can think of. You need a good bludgeon, and this one I like for a couple reasons. Number one, this cold steel Rifleman Tomahawk. Number one, it's got a good sharp edge. It's pretty heavy. It has the hammer on the back. So number one, this can be used as a striking, taking off zombie skull with the sharp end, smashing in zombie skull with the hammer end, or just thrusting or pushing zombies away, keeping their distance. Between your arm's length and the handle of this, you're looking at being able to get close to probably 5-foot distance on your attack. So you can attack your zombie enemies without them attacking you, and which is what I like, these kind of medium range weapons here. And I do like this as well because this can be used to as an extraction tool. You can use this to escape rooms, escape buildings. You can use it as a climbing device, to use it as almost like an ice axe for climbing. You can kind of hammer and force your way through a lot with this. The handle's wooden, so if this handle ever breaks, very easy to replace. I would avoid the polymer handle Tomahawks out there, but I do like this in that you have that capability to use this in like a wilderness setting, as well as for self-defense, extraction, you name it. Good, tough, solid item. It's American hickory handle, which is what they make baseball bats out of. Good, flexible wood. Probably will never break, but if it does, you can replace it. And if you don't like the Tomahawk, that's cool. Baseball bats, metal pipe, you name it. You want something heavy that you can do some damage with. I like the Tomahawks because of the extraction capabilities. If you get cornered into a building, you can use that to go through a wall or go through a door, force your way through. A lot of options that weapon gives you. Plus, it gives you the ability to fight zombies from a distance. Very big deal to have that 3 to 5 foot weapon. So you have your long range and close range with your battle rifle. You have that. So consider it this way: this weapon is from point blank out to maybe 100 yards. Battle pistol, you're looking at point blank out to 20, 30 yards, maybe more if you're really skilled with your pistol. This gun here, you're looking at fighting between 3 to 5 feet. The Tomahawk here, 3 to 5 feet. And then your weapon of last resort would be your knife. I highly recommend, because zombies, you don't need to slash them. You don't need to do anything like that. All you need to do is stab them, preferably in the throat or the brain or in the spinal column. So you want a knife, number one, that's got a blade thick enough to handle that kind of abuse. Number two, that's got a point sharp enough to handle that kind of abuse. And also, you never know, you may want some serrations in case you're trying to cut through some rope or webbing or cutting out of gear. Say a zombie grabs your backpack, you want to be able to, cut through that in a hurry. So a good little serrated bit on there can help get you out of some gear quick, especially if some zombies come up behind you and grab you. I like this one. This is a Smith & Wesson hunting knife. I don't see this as being a very good hunting knife, but it's got a lanyard hole, so you can kind of keep it to your hand. It's got a good hand guard to it, so your hand's not, so if you are stabbing with it, your hand's not going to slide up on the blade. So safety is number one in the zombie apocalypse, guys. Plus two, if you're using it for any other tasks, cutting or anything like that, you can kind of put your thumb up there. I like this Smith & Wesson, but it may not be the knife for everybody. But I do recommend a very thick blade. It doesn't have to be incredible steel, guys, because remember, these are zombies. They're rotten, nasty, dirty flesh. You're not slicing them, you're stabbing them. So you want something with a good, strong tip, maybe something with a Tonto edge. But I like this little drop point right here. Just, you want a thick chunk of steel with a good tip to it. Something when you jam that up into a zombie's skull, that the blade's not going to snap on you. So just pick some big, beefy, thick knife that'll get the job done. Plus, if you have to use this on a human being, this is long enough where it will penetrate major organs and whatnot. So this is your last defense. This is your point-blank weapon. You definitely want something that's going to last you and not be an issue. And of course, carrying these weapons, guys, is the last bit of the puzzle. You want to make sure all these weapons are readily available to you. I mean, number one, you want to make sure your rifle is capable of having a sling, something so if you have to run, you can put this over your shoulder and run. You want to make sure your ammo, you can either put it into like some kind of pouch in your front, a shoulder bag, a backpack. You want to make sure it's easily accessible as well. Your battle pistol. I highly recommend getting a hip holster, not one of these little carry conceals that go under your pants. You know, if a bunch of zombies grab a hold of you and they got your pants or whatever, you know, you may not be able to get to that weapon. You want a good hip holster, something you can get to quick and fast. Your medium weapon. Now, this one here comes with a little sheath. You can put it on your belt. I don't know if I'd do that. I'd be tempted more just to kind of put that through a belt loop or something like that, or attach it some way. Something you can get to really quick and get it out in a second's notice. Got to be a little creative with stuff like that. Likewise, for your knife, you want to make sure you have a good quality sheath. You don't want something that's going to fall apart on you or that the knife's going to jam up on you. So this one here, I like this knife because it has a really good high quality leather sheath to it. So with that said, guys, make sure your weapons are available to you, that you have ammo, that you can get to that ammo, that you can reload the ammo quickly, that you can do everything you need to do and cover your ranges. That's one of the most important lessons of this video, is make sure you have range. Long distance, medium distance, and close distance. You need to have a weapon for each one of those. And the more your weapon can cover all those areas, the better off you are. Every one of these weapons will work at point blank range, which is good. You have 3 of these weapons which will work at a medium distance, and 2 of these weapons that'll work at a farther distance, you know, 10, 20, 30 yards. Think about distance, think about accessibility and versatility when you're picking these weapons. There is no kind of right or wrong. Choose what you like, what you're comfortable with, and what will work for you.